Alright guys, this video cost me over $220,000 to make. And it's all because an SUV rammed my car wash on April the 5th, 2021. But the SUV ramming my car wash is finally over, and I'm very happy to show you what all transpired. Now we end day number 4 and start day number 5, the day that everything was supposed to be up and running in the car wash, or at least this is what we were told when we initially got the estimate. I personally helped set up the pay kiosk. We got the dryer timer set up, and everything is going according to plan. With regards to everything, a lot of the plumbing is set up for the machine and everything's looking good. They're setting up the conduit and it's just making good progress. They're setting up the triple foam lines here. There's so many data cables that go into this. We test the functions on this state-of-the-art payment machine and we get our roll-up doors working along with this insanely massive control panel and the VFD controller that controls the motors for practically everything at the car wash as far as the new machine goes. But there's a huge problem. Day number 5 was supposed to have all of our safety equipment delivered from the other plant in Michigan. That doesn't stop us working on the machine, but there's a problem. They no longer are able to tell us when the safety equipment's going to come. So we continue to test functions like these delicious dollar coins, and we get to the point that we start cutting bollards out of the car wash with gigantic saws and spray ourselves with pieces of metal on bare skin in the hopes that these important signs are going to be delivered on time to open up our car wash right around mid-August, which was 5 days. But then the factory calls us and they say something terrible has happened and they can't really explain to us why the equipment to use the car wash is missing. In the meantime, we go look at a bunch of other car washes that we're considering buying. Some are in great shape. Some of them are literally rusted apart, but they're also making $250,000 a year. A kid shows up at 3 o'clock in the morning on a bird scooter and steals some cones, which leads to a manhunt locally, and I still run my rental business. And 35 days into a 5-day installation, we finally get open. Unfortunately, this whole process took 150 days from April the 5th, the first full day, till we were down till September the 3rd when we were able to open. We're really excited about all the marketing and advertising and all the cool stuff that we've got going on here at the car wash. But what we originally thought was going to be a 2, maybe 3-month process has ballooned into well over 4 months. We're excited about the future and the potential for making good money off all this equipment, but we've kind of got to dig ourselves out of a hole that's been created due to the wreck here at the car wash. We now have, in my opinion, the nicest car wash in town, and I think that we can reasonably compete with some of the large express tunnels that are in our area. Whether we are successful or we fail, I'm going to put it here on YouTube, so make sure you like and subscribe to follow the progress with all this money I've spent on the car wash. Now we're hopefully getting back to kind of what normal will be. And I do want to keep back to my promise for John B., who's the only signature that I can find on our Bellinger equipment. I don't know if he made this go faster, but I do appreciate his effort on the machine there in Michigan. We're now working on our soap and trying to figure out how everything works at this new machine. We've gone from a top price of $11 per car wash to a top price of $18 because now we are setting it up so that Rust-Oleum ceramics and Rust-Oleum undercarriage treatment are getting injected into the water and the soaps that we're using here at the car wash. So we're trying to become a very premium car wash and hopefully make a lot more money. But if we're honest, it's something that our marketplace really has never experienced before. The most expensive car wash that realistically you could get prior to all this happening was right around $11 or $12 in town, and now we have a car wash that costs $18. We've had a few customers that have been shocked by the new price, but a lot of them are splurging and getting the Rust-Oleum ceramic coat. We think it really looks good, but it's also a higher premium price. This kind of stuff would have been totally impossible to do with the way the car wash was set up before with the machine that we had from 1991. And our second car wash location's doing well, even though sometimes there's water problems. Now, if this whole mess doesn't really scare you away from owning your own business or starting your own car wash, and all the hard work that I've put into it over the past 150 days doesn't seem like that bad of a thing, I'd love if you would consider buying my car wash course, where I teach people how to buy performing businesses like this with little to no money down. We've even had one of our followers here on the channel buy his first 2 car washes and a laundromat with very little money out of pocket. Check the video description below or visit investmentjoy.com for more information. Now, through this process, we have got a bit of an insurance payment, but it hasn't paid for hardly any of this new equipment. So, long story short, we now have to justify like 10 cars a day worth of car washes with this new equipment in order to make the new loan payments. It certainly is a risk to get all this new equipment, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. We can even control the machine from our cell phones or a laptop. If there's a problem, we can take Google Pay. We can generate QR codes for promotions, and it has dollar coins instead of quarters, which is really cool, and that really excites me. But with business, everything's a gamble, and there's never a perfect answer in business. So once again, I hope that you stick around with me on the channel and see whether this was a good choice for my business or it was a bad choice. Thanks for watching.